It's a Taylor Swift takeover as Australia repeats the same obsessive behaviour that has occurred throughout the 33-year-old's Eras concert tour.
The Jeffrey Epstein list is on the loose. Who was on his plane? Was there a cover-up? Did he kill himself? And who will avoid jail next?
And former Pakistan PM and cricketing legend Imran Khan receives 14 years in jail for something or other, keeping him out of elections and into conspiracy theories.
Writing a breakup song between us and the mainstream news. Information News Network with Brian Sockington and Sandy Hosier.
The summer of Tay-Tay in Australia has come to an end, sadly, and oh my god, I can't even. I'm so not ready for her to go, Brian.
Uh-huh.
But weren't we blessed to watch Taylor Swift slay her way through Melbourne and Sydney, changing lives, fixing our social and economic problems, and restoring female pride in just 10 days and 7 shows?
It was amazing. It was the best thing ever. It was just confetti everywhere. Best night. I love Taylor. Taylor Swift is so sparkly and amazing. Oh my god.
More than 600,000 people attended the pop star's Eras tour. 96,000 crammed their way into Melbourne's MCG on 3 consecutive nights for the largest shows in the 34-year-old's career. Sydney followed up with another 4 magical shows before Taylor was whisked away to prepare for her Asian leg of the tour. 6 shows exclusive to Singapore, which their government reportedly paid between $2 and $3 million a show to secure. An absolute bargain considering Singapore expects to add up to $300 million to its economy from the tour, on the back of huge windfalls for Japan and us here in Australia, Brian.
Aha.
The hype around Taylor Swift in the media has been astonishing, not seen since Beatlemania in the 60s and the Dan Andrews press conferences of 2020 and 21. Fans with or without tickets dressed up, camped outside venues and stalked restaurants and night spots to sneak a glimpse of the pop star. Our very own Bella and Wayne Calcetti are still at Sydney Airport after watching the pop star's private jet leave our shores. Oh my god, guys, how was the show? Oh my god, it was the most amazingest, best show I ever seen in my life. I still unbelieve I was there, Sandy. Oh my god, I'm so happy for you guys. I went on the first night in Melbourne. It was amazing. Oh my god, it was amazing. Why did she have to leave? Oh my god, I know. It's so sad. Oh my god, right? She plays those 4 chords and I dance all through the night. I'll never forget singing those 3 songs I know from the radio. Oh my god, do you want to swap friendship bracelets? Oh my god, of course. Oh, and Wayne, you were there too.
Yes, I bought tickets for Bella's birthday.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
I bought tickets to the show last year.
Sorry, what?
Oh my god, I bought the Tay-Tay tickets for my boo.
Oh my god, what an amazing guy, Bella. You're such a lucky lady. Oh my god, I know. I'm very lucky, especially after hearing about all of Taylor's relationship problems for 3 straight hours. Oh my god, right? Well, it's been great to talk with you both, and Wayne, I'm very happy to hear that you weren't the guy that got punched in the face by Taylor's dad before they left Sydney. Superfans Bella and Wayne Calcetti, live from Sydney Airport. Over to you, Brian.
Aha. Well, this Swift character does seem fantastic, doesn't she? But is there a darker side to this worldwide obsession? Who is Taylor Swift? Who let her in? What does she want? And how does a country singer from Pennsylvania invade our border so easily, exposing our children to country things like high boots, rhinestones, and sad stories? Many believe a global conspiracy may be at the heart of this Swift phenomenon, and we have expert conspiracy theorist Cody Bootliner here to help us explain things.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brian.
Cody, this so-called Tay-Tay has completely dominated headlines for over a month now. It's been quite the saturation, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just weird. It's not the first time she's been here. I mean, she toured Australia in 2009, 10, 12, 13, 15, and 18. But this just feels different. It's the same script all over the world. It's got to be some kind of conspiracy.
Well, I'm not sure I'd go that far just yet, but there is something that feels a bit off about this tour, right?
Oh, there's some kind of mind control conspiracy here for sure. Media outlets are employing full-time Taylor Swift reporters to follow her around. The VMAs ran a live stream of Swift's facial expressions. And Harvard, Stanford and Cal Berkeley are offering degrees in her life and music. She's Time Magazine's Person of the Year, Billboard's #1 artist, Forbes' most powerful woman in media, People's most intriguing person of the year. She even got an honorary doctorate of the fine arts from New York University.
Well, that is strange. I heard even the Prime Minister couldn't stop name-dropping the pop star.
Which one?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, just because he was at a private Katy Perry show the same weekend he got his free Taylor Swift tickets.
Oh, he's a busy man, that Albo. He couldn't be in on the conspiracy, could he, Cody?
Oh, he's in on the conspiracy for sure. That's the brainwashing part, Brian. Do you know that 1 in 5 Americans believe US Democrats are in cahoots with Taylor Swift and her new boyfriend from the National Football League, so they can leverage their popularity to activate Americans to vote for Joe Biden in next year's election?
But most of her fans aren't even old enough to vote.
No, wait, stay with me here, Brian. Let's go right out there for a second.
You mean like Alex Jones out there?
Oh, come on. You can't always be in formation with everyone, Brian. Hear me out. There's a global conspiracy happening right now designed to make the general population passive so they'll accept any government control mechanisms that are thrown at them. They're using Taylor to idolize feminism and support gender fluidity while condemning traditional male role models as toxic masculinity and part of the patriarchy. Do you know that a third of Taylor Swift's songs are about breaking up with men? That's a third of her income. Exactly the same ratio as the divorce rate in Australia, by the way. They're activating Taylor to break the traditional family, which is a fundamental part of Marxist socialist ideology.
Oh God, what have we done?
Women are considering cancelling their kidney transplant surgery to go to the Eras tour. And then of course you have all the bloody Illuminati and Satan worshipping stuff. Oh my God, Brian, do something.
We should just let him run out of steam, Sans. The E-Safety Commissioner will have this censored anyway.
Which is why you always follow the money. How else can I say it? Taylor Swift is a CIA psyop in a global Marxist conspiracy to destroy the fabric of our entire society.
Okay, thanks for coming in, Cody. We might stick with our information policy for now, but you do have some very interesting points there.
But we need to wake people up, Brian.
Yes, of course we do, yes. You're absolutely right. Just head over there with the lovely security sock and we'll show you out,
security sock?
Yes. The Drudge. Yes, could you show Mr. Bootliner out, please?
No.
Yes, Cody Bootliner there with the dangers of becoming obsessed by popular culture. And we continue on the subject of conspiracy theories with a report on financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who was found dead in a jail cell 3.5 years ago while awaiting trial over his alleged trafficking of young girls dating back almost 20 years. Today, a New York judge has released more than 900 secret documents from the Epstein investigation and trial containing over 100 names of associates and celebrities, many of whom had flown with Epstein on his private jet known as the Lolita Express. Ugh. I can't even finish this report, Hosey. Can you take over?
Ew, no way! But I do know someone who could. Tony Nito!
Tony Nito here, Covert Ops, INN News with another investigative report. Well, what can I say about the notorious Jeffrey Edward Epstein? Well, I'd rather say nothing about the slime bag, honestly, but let's crack on. Epstein was an American financier, a fancy word for an investor without any real clients. Born into wealth and high society in New York City, he began his professional career as a teacher at the prestigious Dalton School under headmaster Donald Barr, father of Republican Attorney General William Barr, despite not having a college degree or any experience as an educator, as you do. He was dismissed in 1976 before immediately entering the banking and finance sector, waltzing into two-time winner of Fortune's most admired companies in America, Bear Stearns, as you do, before starting his very own firm where he slithered his way into elite circles, befriending the rich and famous, as you do. That's how he met British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of a disgraced billionaire media tycoon. The pair briefly became an item before realising what they actually loved was ruining the lives of the vulnerable people around them and procuring women and children to be abused by Epstein and his elite associates, the piece of crap, until he was reported to police by a parent of a 14-year-old victim in Palm Beach, Florida. Epstein was investigated and charged with sex crimes after 35 other young victims were identified, the piece of crap. And after submitting a plea deal, he was convicted and received a 13-month sentence, the majority of which could be spent outside of jail, continuing to attend his workplace and see his friends, colleagues, clients, and, of course, underage girls. Unsurprisingly, Epstein was arrested again in 2019, this time on federal charges of sex trafficking. He was held in the now-condemned Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York and thrown in a cell with this guy, where he was soon found semi-conscious by guards and placed on suicide watch, which became public news around the world. 17 days later, Epstein's new cellmate was transferred without anyone taking his place. 2 guards outside the cell fell asleep for 3 hours, 2 cameras in front of his cell malfunctioned, and on-duty guards falsified a few records before Epstein was found dead, quickly ruled a suicide by hanging, from this stripper sheet, from this height, in this space. Alright, that's it. But actually, before I go, it should be noted that his slimeball friend Ghislaine got 20 years for her part in grooming and trafficking kids for the billionaire. But you have to wonder whether that's a good ending to the saga, don't you? Considering how many of the rich and famous still around us who associated with the guy could have been charged as a result of her testimony. Anyway, I'm done. Tony Nito here, COVID Ops, INN News.
That wasn't so bad. Now, if only we could finish this report with a countdown of the list of famous people who were kicking around with Epstein.
Did you say countdown, Brian?
Larry, there's this list we need to read.
No. Oh, Brian, you can't.
Oh, say no more. The Countdown King is all over it.
We don't need anything flashy, Larry. Just a quick rundown.
Oh, God, you've done it now.
Don't get carried away pushing that INN Tonight stuff. You had a good run, but it's over now.
Oh, thank you. Oh, stop it, I love you too. Welcome back to INN Tonight, and you're just in time for... Oh, that's right. This week we're looking into some of Jeffrey Epstein's mates who were hanging around him on his island and in his private jet. Nothing sus, of course.
Oh, right. Just a bunch of friends with similar interests hanging out and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right, Penny. Hey, what do Jeffrey Epstein and Christmas decorations have in common?
Oh, I'm not sure, Larry.
Oh, well, they don't hang themselves. Oh, just a bit of fun.
Oh, stop it, Larry.
Anyway, on to the countdown. At number 12, we have Noam Chomsky, the world-famous linguist who met with Epstein dozens of times after he was convicted. Like to see him talk his way out of that one. Next at Legs 11, we have the supermodels, Naomi Campbell and former Miss Sweden Eva Anderson Dubin. I suppose they were invited for the conversation, eh, Pen?
Oh, stop it.
Number 10 is American film director and creator of Star Wars, George Lucas. I have a bad feeling about this, George. I heard he got the idea for lightsabers on Epstein Island. The king of pop, Michael Jackson, comes in at number 9. No idea why he'd have to go to Epstein's when he could do all the same stuff at his place. Theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking is our number 8.
No way!
Yes way! He was quite notorious in certain departments, I've heard.
You next!
Okay, fair enough. We'll throw to some Hollywood actors for you for number 7. Leo DiCaprio, Chris Tucker, Bruce Willis, and Kevin Spacey, of course.
Of course.
And a few actresses for the boys at number 6. Cameron Diaz and Kate Blanchett were acquainted, as was Oprah Winfrey. She's an actress, right?
More of a big pharma salesman, I'd say.
Into the top 5 now, and David Copperfield makes an appearance, although he was probably hoping for a disappearance before this list dropped. Number 4, the long arm of the law. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's prolific lawyer, and John Connolly, the former New York police detective who was investigating Epstein. They were both hanging around. And getting the bronze at number 3, the politicians. They were all there, of course. Bill and Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Al Gore, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., even former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak was his mate. The second place silverware goes to His former Royal Highness Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, second son of Queen Elizabeth II. Yep, he'd visit Epstein whenever the younger ladies were around. But he's not worried about anything, of course, because, well, you know.
I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat. I didn't sweat at the time, and that was... Oh, actually, yes. I didn't sweat at the time.
And of course that leaves golden Ghislaine Maxwell, who takes home the number 1 spot on our Dirty Dozen countdown, sentenced to 20 years in prison for sex trafficking. And the less said about this POS, the better. yes, that's right. Oh, thank you, stop it. Anyway, stay with us after the break, will ya? You don't want to miss our exclusive interview with It Girl of the moment, Sarah Michelle Gellar. And Wheatus play that one song they wrote live in the studio. You don't want to miss out.
Larry.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, mate. I sort of drifted off there, I think.
No, it's okay, Larry. You were having another one of your INN Tonight moments.
Are you okay, mate? Can I get you a tea or something?
No, I'm okay, thanks. I just think there's a real market for variety TV these days. You know, we could bring it back.
There, Larry. It's all right, mate. Everyone remembers you were a big star.
Yes, of course. A legend of your time, Larry. Best countdown in the business, too.
Oh, you really think so?
Yeah. Have a cup of tea, Larry.
That's a good boy.
There you go. Former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan...
And legendary all-rounder and captain of the Pakistani cricket team, Sands.
Yes, Thanks, Joe. Imran Khan was sentenced to...
He won the 1992 World Cup.
Is that right? Okay, Khan, the former cricket legend and Pakistan Prime Minister from 2018 to 2022, has been sentenced to 14 years in prison on charges of corruption and leaking official documents.
Hang on, what? Imran Khan's in jail?
Yes, Joe. Khan was already serving a 3-year sentence for corruption and was forcibly removed from office last year by a government vote believed to be tied to a US plot for regime change. They even put his wife in jail.
But he's a sporting hero. You don't throw cricket legends in jail, Sands.
Joe, we're never going to get through this report at this pace. Maybe you can tell us more during sport, hey?
Yeah, all right. I'll catch up with you then. I bet this was the bloody Americans. They probably don't even know he played cricket.
Khan's latest conviction comes just 1 week after an election was held in Pakistan that he was ineligible to run in, angering many of his supporters who believed the charges to be politically motivated. INN's Rupert Holsworthy has more.
Who is Imran Khan?
He was one of the fastest bowlers in the world.
Where'd you come from?
I'm in the studio.
You're not supposed to be here. This is for voiceovers only. Go away.
Sorry.
Yes. Khan was born in Lahore in 1952, the largest city in Pakistan's Punjab region, and became a legend of international cricket, captaining the national team, winning the 1992 World Cup, and being inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame. His political career began in 1996, culminating in Khan being elected the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan in August 2018. But it wasn't all wickets and centuries for Khan this time. His popularity met with a barrage of short-pitch deliveries from his political opponents, not seen since the infamous Bodyline Ashes tour of 1932-33.
Ball 1.
Khan reveals a March 7th diplomatic cable in which a US Secretary of State expressed a desire for his removal from office at the risk of horrific consequences due to the PM's neutral stance on the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Ball 2.
A suspiciously timed no-confidence vote in Pakistan's National Assembly eventually led to Khan's removal from office, sparking months of protests.
Ball 3.
Khan is disqualified by the Pakistani Electoral Commission from taking office for the current term of the National Assembly.
Ball 4. No ball.
Khan survives an assassination attempt during a political rally in Punjab.
Ball 4. Re-ball.
Khan is forcibly arrested on corruption charges after paramilitary troops smashed their way into the Islamabad High Court, resulting in the arrest of thousands of Khan's supporters.
Ball 5.
Khan is sentenced to 3 years in jail for buying and selling state gifts received during diplomatic visits abroad.
Ball 6. Wide.
A special court extends Khan's sentence to 14 years for leaking the diplomatic cable in the first place and therefore violating the Official Secrets Act.
Ball 6. Rebowled.
Pakistan's replacement government quickly add a further 100 charges against Khan, including inciting terrorism. Khan's wife also receives 14 years in jail for marriage law violations. Prominent supporters of Khan were intimidated or arrested. Journalists and TV reporters prevented from even using Khan's name. But who is Khan's real opponent here? And why were they so threatened by him?
Well, he could bowl at 140 kilometres an hour, Rupert.
I thought I told you to stay out of here.
Yeah, sorry.
Pakistan went to the voting booth on the 8th of February, where initial reports showed independents aligned with Khan's PTI party as the clear leaders. However, 2 opposition parties announced they would create an 11th hour coalition government, with Shahbaz Sharif as Prime Minister, despite PTI winning the popular vote by some 4.5 million people. So was this a clear-cut US conspiracy plot? Perhaps Khan was seen as too cooperative with Russia and the Chinese. Perhaps his lack of support for the State of Israel had him in hot water. Or maybe it was his March 6 rally where he smashed 22 EU ambassadors and the West in general for 6 over NATO's devastating war in Afghanistan that affected so many Pakistanis. The United States remained silent on the 14-year Khan sentence, but as far as the game goes, it seems America is at stumps on day 4 of the test, having completed a dominant innings with only the destabilization of a democratic nuclear-armed nation of 240 million people, providing hope for a day 5 twist in this thrilling political test match. Rupert Holsworthy, INN News.
Joe, and happy Valentine's Day to you and Jane, mate. It's your first anniversary, isn't it?
Well, I hope so, Hosey. I'm not sure. Things haven't quite been the same since we went to that Taylor Swift concert the other day.
Really? What's the matter? Didn't you have fun there?
It was all right.
All right? She's the greatest entertainer on earth, Joe. That's all you can say about a woman who inspires people all over the world. All right.
Well, that's what Jane said. Then she started yelling at me about how I'm just like the 16 boyfriends Taylor Swift broke up with.
Oh, Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. You'll be alright, mate. And anyway, Taylor's with Travis Kelce now, and he's a big sports guy, just like you.
Nah, you're right, Hosey. Maybe I should grow a big hairy beard, eh?
Maybe just concentrate on getting through the sport first.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Well, I mentioned earlier that I reckon it's not okay to put former sports stars in jail after Imran Khan's 14-year sentence, and this has been well established by the Yanks for many years. Look at their own sports stars. You got Adam Pac-Man Jones, former Cincinnati Bengals cornerback. He was charged with drug possession, resisting arrest, assault, vandalism, coercion, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. Even punched a dancer out at the Minx strip club in Las Vegas. But there was no jail time for him, and after a year, he was playing footy again. Then you have Baltimore Ravens linebacker Ray Lewis, who got in a fight at a Super Bowl party in Atlanta that ended with 2 men being stabbed to death with blood found inside Lewis's car. He entered a plea agreement and the murder charges were dropped. And who could forget O.J. Simpson? The former running back for the Buffalo Bills was on trial for the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. Everyone thought it was O.J. There was a bloody glove, the white Bronco, and bodies outside his ex-wife's apartment. And then 100 million people tuned in to watch Simpson get acquitted of all charges, with the murder still remaining unsolved to this day. Anyway, on to sports wrap. The Australian Open's run and done, and after 19 years we've finally had a men's final without any players named Roger, Rafa or Novak. Yannick Sinner won a gripping 5-set comeback thriller against Daniil Medvedev. The pair combined for 42.6 hours of court time throughout the tournament, their finals averaging almost 4 hours each. Ariana Sabalenka won the women's final in 2 sets, defeating Qinwen Zheng after spending just 8 hours in total on court throughout the entire tournament. Jeez, I worked 8 hours yesterday. Wish I was paid $3,150,000. And of course we had the Super Swift Bowl, where Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift had this beautiful pre-Valentine's Day kiss, covered by every media outlet on the planet, including People magazine, who had all the important details, including Kelce saying, "Come here, girl," before Swift said, "Oh my God." Oh, and for anyone interested in the actual game, Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs went back-to-back, beating the San Francisco 49ers in the second overtime Super Bowl in history, and the first to feature a roller skating usher, gyrating like it was 2004 again. Alright, back to you, Sands.
She doesn't seem to be there, Joe.
Oh, I can see that. No worries, we'll just cross to the weather with my beautiful Valentine's Day darling, the lovely Jane Bunyan. Oh, well, I can knock off though, right? Hello? This is above my pay grade. Chuck the weather intro on, boys, I'm off the clock.
Over to Jane Bunyan now with the weather.
Oh my God, where were you sitting? Oh my God, sitting? I didn't stop dancing for the entire concert. Oh my God, me too. Oh my God, she's like perfect. She's so hot and gorgeous
ladies.
and talented. Oh my God, I know. I can't even. Oh my God, I can't either.
Excuse me, ladies.
Oh my God, what did you wear? Oh my God, I tried to wear her outfit from the Red Tour, but my butt looked huge in it. Oh my God, your butt does not look huge. Oh my God, it totally
Jane.
did. Oh my God, how did Joe even get tickets? Joe?
Jane!
Joe! Oh yeah, oh my God, I forgot he was there.
Look, Joe, I think you're gonna have to do the weather for us.
What, me? I don't know anything about meteorology.
Well, I'm not the one that's been dating a meteorologist for the past year, have I?
But I don't listen much when she's on about work, Brian. Or whenever she's talking, actually, I just kind of drift away sometimes. Oh, Jane, maybe I am like all those boys Taylor Swift broke up with and slagged off in her songs.
Come on now, pull yourself together, Joe. Look, between you and me, you're heading for an epic Tay-Tay-style breakup any moment now. Jane's probably already booked guitar lessons. I'd say covering for her with a great weather forecast might help. Might be your last chance.
Oh, you reckon?
Yes, it can't be that hard. You just guess what might happen over the next 9.5 days. She'll be right.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go with fine for the first half of the week. Chuck in a hot and sunny Saturday. Might get the boat out for a bit, actually. Yeah. And a rainy, stormy Sunday so I don't have to go visit the in-laws. Oh, this is good. Let's throw in a cyclone for a climate change story, and then we'll finish off with whichever graphics we haven't used yet. And, there you go. Another INN exclusive 9.5 day forecast. Easy as you like. I could get used to this. It's a bit like betting on the horses, except you always get paid, eh, Jane?
Oh my god, and then she looked right up at me and she was like, I see you. And I was like, oh my god.
All right, well, I might have to do the weather again next time the way we're going. Cheerio.
Well, while Sandy and Jane continue to catch up about Taylor Swift, The Hand continues to catch up on our back catalogue of news. There are over 100 unique news stories that you can find on our YouTube playlist at Information News Network, or on our website at informationnews.com, Sandy. Oh, I'm not used to being a one-sock show. I guess this is how The Hand must feel then. Why don't you give The Hand a hand, eh? Make a quick donation or visit our store to help us continue to produce the best sock puppet news program on the planet. But until next time, may our news be your views, and goodbye. Sandy would want to say goodbye too.